Good evening and Salam Sarawak Maju Makmur. This is Stephanie Jores and you are watching the UKAS News at 9. We begin today's headlines with courtesy call to His Excellency TUIT, the Governor of Sarawak, Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar from the Sarawak Islamic Festival Committee at Astana Negeri Sarawak in Kuching on Tuesday. Permanent Chairman of the Sarawak Islamic Festival Committee, Datuk Dr. Abdul Rahman Junaidi, said the objective of the visit was to brief Tun Dr. Wan Junaidi on plans for the Nuzul Al-Quran celebration at the Sarawak state level.
Untuk menghantar jemputan rasmi kepada Tuan Utama Yang Tuan Negeri Sarawak, Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Haji Wan Junaidi Tuan Jaafar bersama dengan Tuan Wazir Subsidy untuk hadir menjadi tetamu kehormat kami majlis dalam majlis sambutan Nuzul Quran mereka Sarawak yang akan diadakan di daerah Gedong di Masjid Al-Kausar Gedong pada tarikh 27 bulan Mac bersamaan dengan 16 Ramadan. Jadi pada hari tersebut Tuan Utama Tun Pehin Sri akan menjadi tetamu kehormat dan turut hadir juga ialah Yang Berhormat Premier Sarawak bersama dengan Puan Sri Datuk Haji Jumaini.
He said this when met by reporters after the courtesy call. Datuk Dr. Abdul Rahman added that the Nuzul Al-Quran program will be second Islamic celebration held this year.
Ia adalah salah satu daripada 6 perayaan Islam utama di Sarawak. Sebelum ini itu pada minggu lepas kita telah pun menyebut Tuan Utama Yang Tuan Negeri Tun Pehin Sri bersama dengan Tok Puan untuk perayaan pertama yang dilanjutkan oleh Majlis Islam Sarawak, iaitu Majlis Tilawah Al-Quran dan Mahfaz Al-Quran di bahagian Limbang.
In other developments, Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi and his wife Tok Puan Fauziah Muhammad Sanusi also received a courtesy call from a delegation of University Malaysia Sarawak, Unimas, on Tuesday. Unimas Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Ahmad Hatta Rashid said that the visit was to brief the Sarawak TUIT on latest development regarding the current affairs of Unimas. According to him, the visit also to ask for permission from the Governor of Sarawak to become the Chancellor for Unimas.
Di mana kita minta perkenan Tun untuk dimajukan pada kementerian dan seterusnya Agung dan seterusnya. Telah dapat tarikh nanti kita akan buat permasyuran di istana untuk Chancellor, dan kita juga memberi sedikit sebanyak perkembangan di Unimas. Terutamanya kita akan adakan syarahan Chancellor di mana Tun akan melakukan syarahan kepada audien di Unimas.
Meanwhile, he informed that Unimas will also organize the Chancellor's lecture in addition to a convocation ceremony from 4th to 8th November. Ministries, departments and agencies of the state government are tasked to ensure full transparency in their financial administration. Deputy Minister in the Sarawak Premier's Department, Integrity and Ombudsman, Datuk Dr. Juanda Jaya, said the issues of transparency is currently in focus, whereby several agencies have been reprimanded to ensure transparency in financial administrations as well as in the awarding of contracts. For example, he said that a local authorities has been discovered to have an outstanding of uncollected debt amounting to 38 million ringgit since 2002.
Di samping pengurusan keuangan, terutama berkaitan dengan kutipan hutang. Ini satu perkara yang ramai orang tidak suka lah. Sebab kita dapati ada satu pihak berkuasa tempatan yang akumulatif hutang sebanyak 38 juta tidak dikutip sejak 2002. Okay. Maksudnya bukan daripada 2002 yang 38 juta, tapi berkumpul selama 20 tahun dia tidak dikutip sehingga mencapai jumlah 38 juta. Yang Mahkamah Premier mencadangkan agar agensi yang terbabit dengan kutipan hutang yang terkumpul seperti ini agar mewujudkan sistem kawal selia yang lebih baik, memaklumkan pemiutang agar membayar hutang, dan sekiranya perlu ya, tindakan perundangan perlu dilakukan.
He said this when met by the media after a courtesy call to the Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg, with the Special Cabinet Committee on Financial Statements and Annual Budget Estimates for Sarawak State statutory bodies and local authorities, CAPCON, at his office in Wisma Bapa Malaysia, Kuching on Tuesday. Datuk Dr. Juanda said that CAPCON gave recommendations especially to government-linked companies, GLCs, that has too many subsidiaries that are largely inactive to receive the regulations of their agencies. This is to ensure that the financial management of these GLCs is efficient and subsequently do not affect the government's income. At the same time, he informed that out of 52 agencies, only 4 received reprimands from the national audits.
Walau bagaimanapun, Yang Berhormat Premier menyarankan, sebagaimana saya sebut, audit kita bukan hanya bersih, tidak berkurang, tapi kita mau improvement tadi. Bahasa baiknya, audit bersih, berkilat-kilat.
Datuk Dr. Juanda also said that the Sarawak Premier proposed for monthly reports to be prepared by each agency on their respective expenses to ensure that the government's cash flow is under control. Meanwhile, the focus in getting access to good facilities and education for students should start from the primary school level. Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Ahmad Douglas Ugah Embas, said that he, as a representative of the people together with Betong Member of Parliament, Dr. Richard Rapu, have clear standing on the importance of education. The Bukit Saban Assemblyman said both of them are always ready to help with any need in continuing the efforts to educate the children of this constituency. He said this during Back to School program held at Bukit Saban Service Centre recently. At the program, Dato' Ahmad Douglas Ugah donated bags and stationeries to 940 primary school students in the Bukit Saban constituencies. Medication subsidized to patients receiving treatment at all Ministries of Health MOH facilities are maintained so that the people are not burdened with any increase in costs. Deputy Minister of Health Dato' Lukanisman Awang Sauni said to reduce the burden of patients receiving treatment at private facilities, MOH has provided a price guide to help the public obtain drug pricing information through www.pharmacy.gov.my to compare prices. According to him, MOH has investigated the drug price transparency initiative whereby identified private healthcare facilities have to display drug prices as announced by the Prime Minister Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim on 3rd October 2023. He said this in a questions and answer sessions at the Dewan Rakyat in Kuala Lumpur on Monday. The Sibuti Member of Parliament added this step could increase the people's access to the supply of medication, which are competitively priced, as well as enable the public to know the price of the medicines before paying. Dato' Lukanisman also commented that the price of medications in the market is affected by various factors, such as foreign currency exchange rate, research and development costs, as well as manufacturing problems, which are outside the control of MOH. However, his ministry took several steps to help the government to reduce the cost of medicines procurements, including the implementations of a 3-year medication procurement contract method. The Sarawak Public Communication Unit UKAS will expand its platforms to continue providing as well as channeling authentic and accurate information about the Sarawak government's policies and initiatives through podcasts. Deputy Minister in the Sarawak Premier's Department, Corporate Affairs, Information and UKAS, Dato' Abdullah Saidul said this effort is in line with the wishes of Sarawak Premier, Dato' Patinggi Abang Zohari, to expand the role of UKAS beyond Facebook, TikTok and other social media platforms. According to Dato' Abdullah, a podcast is a crucial platform that can also be used to discuss on current issues.
Other than that, Aryan ada talking about this KJ and Syaril pun podcast. So he said he was asking, UKAS boleh buat podcast something like that. So we will look into that. That is one of the things that we will venture into. And then podcast tu sih semestinya, let's see, when you do podcast, probably we can improve our studios too, and then probably some other places, you know, boleh mobile pun podcast yang ada sih semestinya hal isu kerajaan. So he want the podcast to number one, podcast yang hal mungkin a few elderly people talk about benefit kenyalan Golkar contoh. What is sekitar kisah-kisah orang tua lah.
He said this during the launch of UKAS English Edition Bulletin in Kuching on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Dato' Abdullah congratulated UKAS on the launch of its new product as an additional means to disseminate state government policies and initiatives to a wider audience. And that's the English edition with me, Stephanie Jores. More news can be found in our official portal, ukas.sarawak.gov.my, and social media platform including Facebook and YouTube. We end today's bulletin with a montage on Premier's Vision 2030, Sarawak Smart City, #Saluran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.
Visi Premier 2030 Bandaraya Pintar, Sarawak. Sarawak sedang membangunkan pelan induk bandar pintar bagi kawasan-kawasan bandar yang akan mengutamakan kemampanan alam sekitar di dalam proses urbanisasi. Pelan induk bandar pintar Kuching dibangunkan dengan mobiliti karbon rendah dan infrastruktur bandar pintar sebagai keutamaan yang penting di dalam pembangunan Ibu Negeri Sarawak pada masa hadapan. Dimulakan pada 2019 oleh Majlis Perbandaran Miri dan Sarawak Information System Sdn Bhd Sains. Antara komponen-komponennya termasuklah papan tanda digital, bandar selamat dan taman selamat, perparitan pintar, bas pintar, trak pintar, aplikasi bandar pintar, Miri Cares, pelancongan Miri, Electronic Local Authority 2 ELA2 dan pusat kawalan. Bangunan-bangunan hijau yang mematuhi Indeks Bangunan Hijau GBI, antara yang menyelah termasuk Universiti Teknologi Sarawak UTS di Sibu dan bangunan Dewan Bandaraya Miri. Pusat Operasi Bersepadu Sarawak SIOC merupakan komponen penting di dalam perancangan Bandar Pintar Sarawak dan saling boleh kendali serta ia adalah sebahagian dari inisiatif Kerajaan Sarawak dari visi yang amat berhormat Datuk Tinggi Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari bintun Datuk Abang Haji Openg, Premier Sarawak. Penggunaan meter elektrik pintar yang dimulakan oleh Sarawak Energy untuk mempertingkat pengalaman pengguna dan membekalkan perkhidmatan bacaan bil yang tepat berdasarkan penggunaan masa sebenar. Pusat Kawalan Bersepadu adalah yang terkini di pusat lokasi untuk memberi arahan, koordinasi dan membuat keputusan di dalam menyokong respon insiden. Sarawak bakal menjadi contoh kepada negeri-negeri lain di Malaysia dengan perancangan Bandar Pintar. Visi Premier Sarawak Maju 2030.